Hello and welcome to Simon's Simple English and Ielts. Thank you very much for joining me. Today in this video we're going to talk about shoes. There's some Ielts speaking questions about shoes that have come up recently which we're going to go through, and we're going to go through some model answers. Also, I'm going to go through some extra shoe related vocabulary. Don't forget to check out my IELTS speaking course, and until the end of this month that is absolutely free of charge. Just follow the link in the description below. Let me ask you a question. What are your favourite types of shoes? Let me know in the comments below. Without further ado, let's get started. IELTS speaking part 1, model answers, shoes. How frequently do you buy shoes? Why don't you pause the video here, answer the question yourself, and then see how I've answered. To be totally frank, I'm not a huge fan of shopping, so I very rarely purchase shoes. You could say once in a blue moon, or probably about once a year. I'm not a big shopper. Buying clothes or footwear are not really my cup of tea. Let's look at the vocabulary I used there. So I said I'm not a huge fan of. A huge fan of, phrasal verb. And that's to like something. I said not a huge fan of, so that's to not like something. Remember, we've got to show some phrasal verbs or some idioms to show some less common and idiomatic language to the examiner to make sure that we can get that band 7 or more. To purchase is a verb, and that's to buy. Once in a blue moon, this is an idiom, and it's almost never. Now this idiom is used by a lot of IELTS speaking candidates, but it's often used in the wrong place. So make sure, if you're going to use an idiom, make sure you're using it in the correct situation. Not a big. I said I'm not a big shopper. And this is a phrase. If you say you're not a big, you could say I'm not a big reader, or I'm not a big gambler, or something like that. That means you don't do something often. Footwear is a noun, and basically that's shoes, another word for shoes. Not my cup of tea. It's an idiom, and that means I don't like it. Let's have a look at some shoe-related vocabulary. Right, we've got clogs. These are shoes that are completely made of wood. Not particularly popular nowadays. These were shoes from Holland or the Netherlands. Cowboy boots. These are a leather type of boot with a heel. So if you see cowboys in films, they often wear cowboy boots. Flats. These are shoes with a flat heel or a low heel, often worn by women, by females. Ballet shoes are a lightweight shoe designed specifically for ballet. And dress shoes. These are strong leather shoes, traditionally worn by men, maybe to a wedding or to the office or something like that. Where do you usually buy shoes? Why not pause the video here, answer the question yourself, and then see how I've answered it. I'm pretty keen on trainers, so I usually end up at a sports shop. If I'm shoe shopping, I definitely like to try them on. I think it's vital to see how they fit and how comfortable they are. On top of that, you can see how they look in real life. Let's look at the vocabulary I used. Keen on. It's a phrasal verb, and that means to like something a lot. Trainers. Trainers is a noun, and this is a word for sports shoes or running shoes. Shoe shopping, this is a phrase, and that is basically when you go shopping for shoes. You could go shopping for food. So you would be food shopping, or you could be shopping for clothes, in which case you'd be clothes shopping. To try them on, phrasal verb. To try on is also a phrasal verb, but this I've split up and I've said try them on. And that's to wear something to see if it fits. Vital, this is an adjective. It means it's extremely important. On top of that, this is an idiom, and that's adding more information to something. So instead of saying furthermore or and, I could say on top of that, and I could show some less common and idiomatic language. So those were some Ielts speaking Part 1 model answers about shoes, and also we looked at some other shoe-related vocabulary. Please don't forget to hit the like button if this video has been useful to you. There are some other Ielts speaking model answers about shoes, and they're coming on screen very soon, just about here. And also let me know your answers to some of these questions in the comments below. Thanks very much for joining me. It's great to see you. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.